Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi joins us exclusively here at Post 9. Look, I'm going to start, Dara, with what I regard as being important, which is gross bookings. That's always been the number I measure you by. They seem to be pretty good, but maybe you can disabuse me of that.
Well, I think they were pretty good. We actually saw acceleration. You know, usually as companies get bigger, they slow down growth. We saw acceleration in gross bookings, 21% on a constant currency basis. It was driven by trip acceleration, too. Trips grew 18%, faster than last quarter. And really, it was driven by audience. More and more people are coming to Uber on a monthly basis, over 170 million monthly active platform consumers, again, accelerating on a year-on-year basis. And we're able to grow the top line while growing the bottom line. Adjusted EBITDA of $1.8 billion, up 44%. For the past year, we threw off almost $7 billion of free cash flow. And we're putting it to work buying back stock aggressively as well.
Okay, and that's very important because people might say, wait a second, why are they doing that? The operating income looks like a big miss. But when you dig down the operating income, you realize that there is a very big legal issue to make it so that is not the metric that we should be focused on.
Well, I think what we do is we try to estimate as best the legal reserves going forward. It's not a part of day-to-day operations. And again, I think the truth is in cash flow, so to speak. And the $7 billion of cash flow that we delivered on this last year is the biggest number ever, and we think it's going to continue to grow going forward.
Do you think, before I turn over to my colleagues, that there's still a belief, even though Waymo's doing 150,000 a week, which I'm still thinking is not all that big, that there is an existential threat from autonomous vehicles away from you, and that could be some sort of overhang where people are saying, I'm scared?
Well, I think autonomous introduces both uncertainty and a huge opportunity for us. If we look at the U.S. market, for example, we think autonomous alone in the U.S. can be $1 trillion market. And the tech is definitely getting there, but the commercialization is going to be much more challenging, right? To be able to deliver autonomous at scale. For perspective, we're doing 33 million trips a day, right? Those are the kinds of scale that we operate at. And a bunch of stuff has to come together. First, the regulatory environment has to get there, right? And it's national regulation, state regulation, city regulation. It's going to take some time because regulators need to get comfortable with this new technology that's operating in the streets. Cost of a mistake is really high. Second, what you need is a superhuman safety record. Like, the opportunity that you have with these robot drivers isn't just to be better than humans. They could be multiples times better than humans. And I think the industry should take that opportunity and increase the bar on safety appropriately as a result of this incredible opportunity. Third, you need to mass produce these cars affordably, right? It's not about 100 cars or 1,000 cars. You need hundreds of thousands of cars. That is going to take a while, and the OEM industry is definitely taking notice. They're investing. But, you know, these vehicle platforms takes years to develop. Then, once you have the vehicles, you need to operate them on the ground. Fleet operations, it's a ground kind of game. We're very familiar with that. We already have fleets all over the world. And then you need really high utilization because the cars are expensive. You need to operate them at high utilization both during peak times and during troughs as well.
Right.
The only way you bring all that together, this commercialization, is with Uber and the AV industry. It's going to take a while. As that time passes, you're going to see a lot of autonomous players coming in with these big transformer models, with the DeepSeek moment that we saw. The development of this technology is going to be cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. But we think that with the safety promise and with a partnership like ours, we can build autonomous to be a very, very big business.
You obviously have thought a lot about it, but we are getting a real-world test case in San Francisco, and I'm curious as to what you're seeing, because Waymo seems to be doing fairly well. Are you losing share, or are people driving less?
You know, it's actually interesting, and this goes to the scale. Waymo's doing a great job. Terrific partner. We're going to launch with them in Austin and Atlanta. In San Francisco, actually, Q4, our growth accelerated on the mobility business versus Q3. So it's just too small at this point to make a difference in the overall business. And this isn't like globally. This is just in San Francisco.
Right.
Phoenix, our business accelerated. LA, our business accelerated.
So you'd expect the same for Austin and Atlanta?
I think in Austin, Atlanta, it's going to come
be your business anyway,
network.
Right?
And so we absolutely do think it's going to accelerate because it's going to be a different product coming into the Uber ecosystem. And one of the ways that we have grown is building out all kind of innovative new product. You know, Uber for business, low cost, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, share, high capacity vehicle. Autonomous is going to be another choice. And I think what you'll see in Austin and Atlanta is the uptake of AV is going to happen at a very accelerated pace. And what we've seen in Phoenix is our customers love the product. So what's wrong with that?